Welcome back. We've been having a chat with the Chairman Code of Conduct Bureau, Saba, on declaration of assets of newly appointed and also yet to be appointed public officers. Don't go away. Now, if you are to consider national interest, now you are a custodian of an office that is having two conflicting laws now. The oath of secrecy, which borders on confidentiality, and that of fulfilling the mandate of public expectations. Which would you consider as much more important in terms of national interest?
As I've said earlier, the Constitution is superior. And until such a time that the National Assembly brings about these guidelines, there is nothing much that can be done about this. But I know gradually, it's only a matter of time, all declarations will be made public because the world over it is going public. And Nigeria cannot be an exception.
Now, being privy to the asset of Mr. President, would you say that has fulfilled the Code of Conduct Bureau Act?
Perfectly. He has filled the forms very well, including the Vice President. He answered every question that he was supposed to answer and tendered documents for everything that he needed to tender documents.
Do you have an exact ceiling that for asset declaration for public office holders?
Obviously no, because Mr. President has the right to acquire properties anywhere in this country, anywhere outside of this country. And so, except you're insinuating that a president or a former president is not sufficiently rich enough to have properties, then he should not be having properties. But that should not be, because the Code of Conduct Bureau is not constituted to determine what is the ceiling for any public officer to have properties or assets or even liabilities. Every public officer can engage in any investment. It is allowed. A public officer can invest. And if a public officer invests and makes money, who is Code of Conduct Bureau to say that you have exceeded the ceiling? There's no ceiling. Nobody can place a ceiling on anybody. Don't you think so?
Does that by any way implies that the whole essence of the CCB is a bit cosmetic? Because what difference or what moral standard does the CCB intend to preserve if there is no definite ceiling or there is no definite code for the public officer to adhere to?
My answers to you have not suggested that in any way. What I'm saying is that the Code of Conduct Bureau was not given any mandate to put a ceiling or to put a tab on any public officer that you, for example, you on level 05, your financial profile should not exceed this amount of money. It did not also say that if you're a permanent secretary, your financial profile should not exceed so. So who is Code of Conduct Bureau to establish those kind of ceilings? I'm saying that we don't have such power.
Then if there is no definite ceiling, what moral standard is the CCB trying to defend or trying to preserve?
This is why when you come into office, you fill this form, you tell us the properties you have, the assets you have, the liabilities you have. We verify them, we conduct conference verification for it, and we later hold a field verification of it to determine the level at which you came in and then the level at which you are going out. We expect that within some years of your stewardship, you must have acquired some properties. Now, if it goes along the line that it should, then we don't have any questions to ask you.
So could you tell us the line of the scope of accusation? If you're talking about being in line, that's the accusation process.
It will depend on your salary and what you declare to us as what is incoming to you, either by way of investments, by way of any other means by which you acquired that wealth.
Could you tell us how you conduct anticipatory declarations that may not be real?
Well, that is a good question too. We do have some public officers who declare what we call anticipatory declarations, but they are usually cut up. There was a time we had a case of a governor who gave us that kind of anticipatory declaration by saying that he had built a house of so much value, only for us to get there and discover that it was just at the foundation level. So that means that he anticipates that by the time he runs out of office, or by the time he completes his tenure, he would have put up a building to that standard. But we discovered it. And so that frustrated it. And that is the essence of verification, whether it is field or whether it is conference. Because you follow conference with field verification to actually see. And we don't actually see only, we also take pictures. And they are documented. They are scanned to the site of the public officer.
If you've just joined us, we've been having a chat with the Chairman Code of Conduct Bureau, Mr. Saba. What difference has the Code of Conduct Bureau made in ensuring moral rectitude in public institutions? Join us again.